My name is Ryan Middleton. I am in recovery from addiction. To be perfectly honest, I really don't know how it started. Started off with anything I could get my hands on. I was in a couple of car accidents when I was younger, so I don't know if it is due to my medical history or if it's due to the group of people I was hanging out with, or if it was hereditary. My father was also an alcoholic and an addict, so I don't know where it started. All I know is that when it started, it was full-blown. Back in 2011, an anonymous call was made to DHHS. They were told that my daughter was being neglected. And when they threatened to take my daughter, that was the last straw. I was not going to let that happen. I get into treatment, and I now have full custody and sole parental rights of my daughter. I've been clean 4.5 years with the help of medication-assisted treatment, which I recently came out of at Acadia. I am 2.5 weeks out, doing well. The biggest thing it did for me was it stopped the withdrawal symptoms, the cravings. I was able to go and take the medicine I needed and not have to worry about how I'm going to make it through the day. I didn't have to worry about whether or not it was going to get me high, because it didn't, and I didn't have to worry about whether or not I was going to want to get high, because from the first day I started taking it, the want and the need was gone. A lot of people feel that it's replacing one drug for another, and it's not. It is no different than a heart patient taking heart medication, no different than a person with COPD being on oxygen. You go in, you are prescribed a medication, it is medically monitored, you are given random drug tests to make sure that you're not taking anything else, to make sure that there's no interaction between drugs. So the biggest thing I can say is it's not replacing one drug for another. It is medicine, and there's no way around it. It comes in a bottle, a prescription bottle, your name on it, a doctor's name on it. There's no way around it. It's a medicine, not a drug. Because of the stigma surrounding medication-assisted treatment. As a matter of fact, even my stepfather, in the beginning, was against it. And once he was properly educated on how addiction is a disease and how it actually affects the brain and the body, he's been more of a support than almost anyone. My mom has been there the whole time. My mom's been a nurse as long as I can remember, and it's really hard to hide addiction from a nurse. I don't know if it's the same way for everybody else, but for me, I don't know if it was just the fact that I knew that I was going to get the help that I needed, or if it was the medicine itself, but the first day made a big difference. I had a lot of hard times, a lot of struggles, but there was always help at the end of the phone. It didn't matter when. I could call my clinician, and if she wasn't available, they would pass me through to crisis workers or whoever was available to help. And that got me through a lot within the first probably 6 months. And then once I was probably 6 months in, it was really all on me. I was going to support groups every week, probably for the first 1.5 years. I continued going to the support groups monthly. I met with my clinician monthly. We were constantly making and updating and following through with different treatment plans, building up my tools to help myself get my life back, how to act in public, because I hadn't known how for 20 years. I hid myself away a lot. And now I don't want to do that. I recently graduated from Beale College, got an associate's degree in substance abuse counseling, and I really want to help others the way that they helped me, because I couldn't have done it on my own. I just couldn't have. Don't be scared to ask. There is help. It may not be easy to get, but there is help. Recovery is possible. And if any of your friends are against it, they're not your friends. My biggest message is those of us that are in recovery and they're doing well need to stop hiding. We need to get out and show that recovery is possible. I have a brother and numerous friends who are doing great, but because of the stigma, they refuse to talk about it. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I don't see any reason to feel shame about it. To me, just asking for help is more strength than anybody could expect to have, especially going through addiction. We need to be heard. We need to show that it is possible.